The World WHO, World Health, got it wrong. I mean, they got it very wrong. They also minimized the threat very strongly. Not good.
Most guys would have been in a corner with their thumb in their mouth saying, "Mommy, Mommy, take me home."
They missed the call. They could have called it months earlier. They would have known.
Have you been briefed by the CDC?
I have.
Are there words about a pandemic at this point?
No, we're not at all, and we have it totally under control. It's one person coming in from China.
WHO is following this outbreak every minute of every day.
The World Health Organization is very China-centric, even praising China for its so-called transparency. I don't think so.
You don't have too many cows in Wildwood, but if you do, they're gone.
I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern.
I said in January. On January 30th.
What did your administration do in February with the time that your travel ban bought you?
A lot. And in fact, we'll give you a list.
$250,000 tests to more than 70 reference laboratories globally.
Are you concerned that China is heavily on the phone because of the coronavirus?
No, China's working very hard. I think they're doing a very professional job. They're in touch with our world organization. And by the way, the virus, they're working hard. Looks like by April, in theory, when it gets a little warmer, it miraculously goes away. I hope that's true. I said, is this just like flu? Because people die from the flu. We're at the low level. As they get better, we take them off the list. We're going to be pretty soon at only 5 people. It's all turning. Think of it. And this is their new hoax. But, we did something that's been pretty amazing. We're 15 people in this massive country. Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic. We will be suspending all travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days. The delays the WHO experienced in declaring a public health emergency cost valuable time, tremendous amounts of time. Today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. 2 very big words. This is a pandemic. I felt it was a pandemic long before it was called a pandemic. We're working with them. We just sent some of our best people over the World Health Organization, and a lot of them are composed of our people. They're fantastic. In April, supposedly, it dies with the hotter weather, and that's a beautiful date to look forward to.
For all of these reasons, I'm declaring a public health emergency of international concern over the global outbreak of novel coronavirus.
We're working very strongly with China on the coronavirus. That's a new thing that a lot of people are talking about. Hopefully it won't be as bad as some people think it could be, but we're working very closely with them and with a lot of other people in a lot of other countries, and we think we have it very well under control.
there is no reason for measures that unnecessarily interfere with international travel and trade. We call on all countries to implement decisions that are evidence-based and consistent.
We've never done it before. We closed our borders to certain areas. It's never happened before where we did that. We never closed our borders, but we did it, and we actually did it early, and we took some criticism. Now everyone's saying we did a good job.
Vaccines and therapeutics are not silver bullets, and they will take time to develop. In the meantime, there are simple things everyone can do. Wash your hands regularly and cover your nose and your mouth with your elbow when you cough or sneeze. That's the personal hygiene. If countries invest now in prevention and research, we can avoid more cases and more costs down the line.
So you're talking over the next few months, you think you're going to have a vaccine?
If we won't have a vaccine, we'll have a vaccine to go into testing.
All right, so you're talking within
A year. Like I've been telling you.
a
year to year.
Lenny is talking about 2 months.
And we would be there in June.
But a virus can have more powerful consequences than any terrorist action. And that's true. And if the world doesn't want to wake up and consider this enemy virus as public enemy number one, I don't think we will learn from our lessons.
It's a little bit like the flu. It's a little like the regular flu that we have flu shots for. And we'll essentially have a flu shot for this in a fairly quick manner.
For the moment, we are not witnessing the uncontained global spread of this virus, and we are not witnessing large-scale severe disease or deaths. Does this virus have pandemic potential? Absolutely, it has. Are we there yet? From our assessment, not yet.
There have been no deaths in the United States at all. A lot of that's attributable to the fact that we closed the border very early. Otherwise, it could be a different story. So we'll just keep doing a good job.
Now that the virus has a foothold in so many countries, the threat of a pandemic has become very real. But it would be the first pandemic in history that could be controlled. The bottom line is we're not at the mercy of the virus. WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic. We have been in frequent contact with our allies, and we are marshaling the full power of the federal government and the private sector to protect the American people. The virus will not have a chance against us. No nation is more prepared or more resilient than the United States.
We call on all countries to remove financial barriers to care. If people delay or forgo care because they can't afford it, they not only harm themselves, they make the pandemic harder to control and put society at risk.
We want to look into it. World Health Organization, because they really are, they called it wrong. They called it wrong. They missed the call.
The focus of all political parties should be to save their people. Please don't politicize this virus. It exploits the differences you have at the national level. If you want to be exploited, and if you want to have many more body bags, then you do it. If you don't want many more body bags, then you refrain from politicizing it.
Today, I'm instructing my administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization while a review is conducted to assess the World
health organizations' role in severely mismanaging and covering up the spread of the coronavirus. Everybody knows what's going on there.
They said that tackling this disease together is our only option. I couldn't agree more. The way forward is solidarity. The rule of the game is solidarity. Solidarity at the national level and solidarity at the global level.
Well, I think we're doing a really good job.
We're doing a great job.
So far, I think we've done a fantastic job. We have done an incredible job.
The deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
We have it under control. It's going to be just fine.
Here in the U.S. have confirmed over 500 cases and more than 20 deaths.
I think we've handled it very, very well. I think they've done a great job.
There are 1,000 coronavirus cases in the United States and 31 people have died.
We're doing a great job.
2,400 confirmed cases of coronavirus in the U.S. 50 people have died.
Relax. We're doing great. It all will pass.
There are now over 5,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus nationwide and 97 deaths.
We've done a fantastic job, but it hasn't been appreciated.
Now more than 11,000 people in the U.S. are confirmed infected. The death toll is now up to 164.
I think we're doing a better job than hopefully most, if not all. We're doing a very effective job.
The number of Americans infected has surpassed 15,000. The number of American deaths at this point is over 200.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your response to this crisis?
I'd rate it a 10. I think we've done a great job.
If someone said they're going to Great Britain, what language would they speak when they get there?
British?
They speak British, okay. Have you ever met anyone who speaks British?
No.
Can you think of any word in British?
No.
No? Like Mini Cooper?
Oh yeah, Mini Cooper.
That's a British word. We're talking with?
Tyler Quiet.
If you met someone from Amsterdam, what nationality would they be?
I have no idea. Amsterdamian.
Amsterdamian. No, they wear wooden shoes. Who wears wooden shoes?
Cobblers.
Cobblers? So they'd be cobblers. Okay, all right. We're talking with?
Lindsay Shanks.
Lindsay, and you're a high school student as well.
Yes, sir.
What is the world's tallest mountain?
It's not Mount Rushmore.
No. Do you ever rest?
Do I what?
Ever rest?
No.
I'm giving you the clue.
Oh. I really don't know.
See, I asked you, do you ever rest? And you said,
Oh,
no.
Mount Everest.
Everest, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. We're talking with?
Aisha Edvar.
Aisha, that's a pretty name. And you're a high school student?
Yes, sir.
What are people from Denmark called? You meet a bunch of people from Denmark.
I don't know. Denmarkians?
Denmarkians.
I don't know.
Denmarkians. How many Great Lakes are there?
Oh, a lot. Like 100 something?
Hundreds.
I could be wrong.
Can you name all 100?
No. I could be really wrong.
Can you name one Great Lake?
The Great.
The Great Lake. We're talking with?
Nick.
Nick, what do you do?
I go to high school.
High school?
In Roy City, Texas.
And what do you want to do when you get out?
I would like to be a film director.
Film director, okay. You've heard of the English Channel.
Yes.
It goes between what two countries?
France and England.
England. Now, is there any way to get there besides by boat?
I think there's like a bridge, like a really long bridge, and it goes under the water.
So a bridge that goes under the water would be called what?
An underwater bridge?
How about a tunnel?
Oh, yeah, a tunnel.
Yeah. Okay. We're talking with?
Caitlin Wilcox.
Caitlin, you're from where?
Arkansas.
Arkansas, okay. How's the school system in Arkansas?
It's awesome.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see how,
It's really good.
Let's see how good it is. How many oceans are there?
Oceans?
Yeah.
I've only been to one.
You've been to one.
I've been to one.
Which one were you at?
Florida.
Which one?
An ocean.
Which ocean did you go to in Florida?
Pacific Ocean.
You went to the Pacific Ocean
Yeah.
in Florida. How was it?
It's good.
It's good. Nice, yeah. What is the largest country in South America?
In South America, Africa?
And where is Iraq?
I don't know, like South Europe or something.
South
I don't
Europe.
know. I don't know.
Iraq is in South. So you go to Europe, you go south.
Yeah, I don't know.
What country would you find the Panama Canal in?
Panama Canal. Is there a country named Panama? No?
I don't know. Is there?
No. Oh, is it in the U.S.? No.
Why do they call it the Panama Canal, you think?
Is there the guy named Panama? Maybe.
There's a guy named Panama. You're going down to use the Panama Canal. You're trying to get from where to where?
One place to another.
One place to another.